So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So basically in today's video what we'll be doing is like we'll be trying to find updates on what's happening with the full Ole out situation because there has been a protest scheduled today and there's a lot of confusion on what's really happening with the protest. So to begin with guys, we'll first talk about what the protest is supposed to be and who's it against and how it's gone so far. So, as many of you guys may heard, there is a protest today against Manchester United, and basically, it's mainly I would say for the Glazers and a part of Ole too. Welry Gaming says hi Welry Gaming. Thank you for joining the stream. So, as you can see by this article, protesting against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is something no Manchester United fan should do. I mean, I partly agree with the article and I don't, because if you say it this way, then it kind of breaks the sense of Ole out and it makes people feel guilty because he's a legend. So I feel he does deserve to go out of the job, and therefore protesting against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer maybe is the right thing to do, but as long as you're protesting against the Glazers and want them out first. So, guys, to begin with, I'm just going to update you guys. So, this protest was supposed to be mainly for the Glazers against them, and some would say a little for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but there has been a slight confusion of what has happened so far in the protest. So, we're getting a lot of information that this protest has been a flop, I would say, so far, because not many people have showed up, according to some news outlets, but if you check over on Twitter and stuff like that, there are videos of people at the ground, if you can see in this video. But it's really hard to figure out whether this is from the protest we had earlier this year or it's today, because there's no way you can know that out. So people are tweeting out stuff like this that the protest is going on. Also, you'll find a lot of memes on the protest, as you can see, that no one's even showed up at the protest because there was slight confusion about who the protest was going to be, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or the Glazers. So it's a pretty confusing situation, I would say, till now. But it kind of looks like the protest has failed, unfortunately, and doesn't look like it's going to be make a big impact at the moment. I mean, this protest was planned on the 9th. The news did break out that time that there would be a protest on the 13th. Unfortunately, it looks like there has been some mistake because I really don't think this clip right here is of the protest today because it looks very familiar with the one we had like 4 or 5 months ago. So basically, the situation till now, guys, is MOBNS says Ole out or what? I mean, I'm 100% Ole out at the moment. Obviously, we'll still respect him as a club legend and stuff like that, but I think he just needs to go. Aaron Michael says, Ole out, please, we need a new manager. I mean, I absolutely understand what you're trying to say. I'm basically the same situation, but it's really confusing because this protest was also supposed to be against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it's absolutely failed at the moment. We're getting a lot of news, guys, that the protests, people have not showed up at the protest. That's mainly the news coming out. So I think things are just going to resume to normal. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think, will return from Norway. Many people expect him to get the sack. That hasn't happened. As you can see, what's trending on Twitter so far, Old Trafford and Woodward out. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will remain in a job against Watford. Maybe people expected this protest to do something, kind of force the Glazers to sack him, kind of build the pressure on them. And I think what people were hoping for was the Glazers got the pressure and they would be in turn forced to make Ole Gunnar Solskjaer get the sack in order to get a new manager and possibly make the fans happy. Unfortunately, this protest has failed, guys. A lot of news about that people actually have not showed up because of confusion of whether protest was Ole out or Glazers out. So, guys, the protest was actually supposed to begin an hour ago, and at first we were getting information this protest will be successful. As you can see, news like this: just arrive at Old Trafford for the Glazer out protest. Make sure you get here early. It's already getting crazy. Obviously, this is for people in the UK. So we have a few people, but a lot of information and stuff like the protest hasn't really been as it was expected. So, guys, as you can see, once again, failed protest. So, a lot of rumors coming out. I mean, it's really hard to figure out if these images are of today or the ones a few months ago. As you can see, a small banner here, the 50 plus 1 rule. I mean, if this protest, if this picture is based from today, then it's absolutely fantastic. But we're getting a lot of rumors that this protest is actually flopped really badly and not expected. But as you can see, a tweet here, failed protest. in question mark, obviously denying the fact that the protest has failed. So it's really confusing, guys, and we'll try to find out a little more information on what's happening in a few minutes. So, guys, if you basically see this image, this is what I'm trying to say. Another tweet coming out saying, "This is why you don't organize protests at Old Trafford with the message of trying to rid a manager with no backing from core support groups." So, as you can see in this image, hardly any people, guys. I would say roughly 20, 30 people. And compared to the previous image that I just showed you guys, it's an absolute difference, guys. So, this was this was basically what people said the situation is currently. As you can see, a very minimum amount of people, a few cops as expected, because this protest was made pretty public on Twitter, I would say. So maybe this is like a few hours before the protest and then it's built up because we don't know anything else. But from this tweet, it looks like not a lot of groups showed up in protest because they kind of wanted to do it against the Glazers and not against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So many people wanted this protest only for the Glazers and not for Ole because he's a club legend, and I mean, protesting against him would be a little bad, even though he deserves the sack. Maybe protesting against a club legend isn't the right way to go. So, guys, we'll have some more information in a few minutes till then. So, just give me a few minutes, I'll try to find out what's happening. So guys, basically just searching around, and I wouldn't say this is an absolutely accurate piece of information, but give me a minute, guys. So I would say things are really getting starting to get a little confusing here, because as you guys knew, I just showed you all the previous image of what looked like a crowd place and then a couple of people. So if you can see the image here and the tweet, basically, approximately 30 people turned up to Old Trafford for the Glazers out protest. That should get the job done. I mean, it's said sarcastically if you guys can understand the comment. But another thing that's confusing is that, as you can see again, the tweet says approximately 30 people. And from the videos and images we are shown, it's like way more than 10,000 people. So it's really confusing, guys, because lots of evidence showing that it may be a flop, like you see in the previous image before, but we're still getting people say that it's a good protest. Another video here, as you can see. I mean, I would say pretty strong words from the leader of this group. We have to keep this going, a speech with the protest frontmen. But if you look at the crowd, guys, seriously, it's really not much, and it's not enough to make an impact. And you can see the comment too, not a lot of people. So, doesn't look like this protest was actually expected to be what it's currently at the moment. Another video, guys, in this video you can see really not a lot of people. I mean, this video kind of looks from today, I would say, because if I zoom back in the video, guys, just take a quick look. You can see the Jadon Sancho banner, so it's definitely today, guys. And you can see the Cristiano Ronaldo and Rafael Varane banner. So this video is definitely from today, guys, but it's confusing if whether this video was a few hours ago or it's currently right now. So basically, that's the information we have, guys, of the protest. Key points to highlight the protest was planned, I'd say, roughly 5 days ago. The cause was mainly Glazers out, and a few rumors coming here and there that it was kind of a way to force the Glazers to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, looking at that, it was maybe a good way to do that without chanting Ole out and stuff like that because he's a club legend. I mean, I think the fans respect him up to that limit, but the protest has kind of failed because a misunderstanding of what the protest was, whether it was mainly on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or on the Glazers. A lot of people we've got saying that the protest was a success and videos of thousands of people, but as you can see, we've got a lot of proof that the protest didn't really work out from a few, I'd say less than 50 people gathering up. We know that this image here is absolutely true, and we also know that the image and the video here is absolutely true because you can clearly see the banner, guys. Here we belong, and also new signings Jadon Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo. So this is definitely today. The fun fact is whether this is an hour ago from the protest or this is just when the protest is beginning, and maybe this right here. Give me a minute, guys. And maybe this right here is actually what the protest is now. So really confusing, guys. I mean, no one's showing us the banner at the moment, so we don't know what's happening. So guys, let me know in the chat any thoughts on what you think is really happening. According to me, I really think the protest has been a flop so far, most of the information. And even if you take a look at the video, guys, I mean, the flames and stuff like that, I know it's obviously green and yellows, glazes out flames, but it kind of reminds me of like 5 or 6 months ago and looks really similar, guys. So it's really confusing, I would say. But as you can see, just arrived at Old Trafford and the protest is heating up. So maybe that clip was like 1 hour before and this is the current situation. It could be, guys. Anything is possible. So give me a few minutes and I'll see if any other information is there and if you've got any other updates on what's going to happen. So, guys, another news I would like to share with you all is to be careful basically on social media sites. You get really a lot of wrong information, I would say, currently at the moment because people are just spreading rumors and stuff like that because just to get the news viral and be first to claim it. Obviously, as you can see, this is obviously not Fabrizio Romano's actual account. It's just a fake account with a message saying police have arrived at Old Trafford to try and calm the Glazers out protest, which is getting out of hand. I mean, really confusing once again, guys. Really confusing. And if you see the image, I think it's more of a sarcastic tweet, I would say, because really, this absolutely no one, literally just a police car as a movement. And literally, guys, I think there's one person here and a few other people in front because obviously, I think a police van may be appointed because this protest was made pretty public that it was happening. So, as you can see, another tweet yesterday from a person saying, "Tomorrow, Old Trafford 3 p.m. It feels like the noise around the protest tomorrow has died down, but our anger, frustration towards the incompetent owners will never die down till they're gone. This isn't an Ole out protest." So clearly, as you can see here, a very good tweet, I would say. This isn't an Ole out protest. Very clearly said. Please turn up if you can. Old Trafford protest. Glazes out. 13 November, 3 p.m. UK time. Old Trafford, be there. Really confusing tweets, guys, at the moment. I would say this is a pretty much I would say this is accurate of what is supposed to happen, but if you read the full first line, guys, it feels like the noise around the protest tomorrow has died down. So I think people were expecting this protest to be a little less than compared to actually what they planned, because clearly this tweet was from yesterday and it clearly says that. So I do think this protest has been a fail, guys. Nothing against the fan. I'm pretty sure something new will turn around. So guys, let's just take a look at this article for the moment from the Manchester United Evening News. So I mean, some pretty good points if you've seen. So guys, this is the line that basically I love the most. If you can see, guys, right underneath, right below, since the City game, fans have wanted change, and to be honest, if Solskjaer was at any other club, he would have been sacked by now. So I think that's a pretty strong line. Basically, I'd say a best line so far. Since the City game, fans have been wanting a change, and to be honest, if Solskjaer was at any other club, he would have been sacked now. I think that's pretty much hit the nail on the head there. That line's perfectly fantastic, and it's just a really strong opinion, I would say. So we've got a comment here in the chats, guys. So basically, Johnny Rip says, "We love Ole, but he will never. We love Ole, but we will never go against him, even if we get relegated." I mean, I pretty much understand what you mean. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a legend. I think literally every fan respects him, and people feel that if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is sacked, that he'll no longer be a legend and stuff like that. I mean, that's absolutely everything. That's absolute crap, because most Man U fans know what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done to the club, obviously, and even if he gets sacked, he'll always be a legend. The problem is it's creating a lot of negativity in the club, and I would say a lot of non-required attention towards Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because if he had been sacked after the City game, people would have clearly understood that it's a club decision, like the one against Frank Lampard. I mean, he didn't get trashed by any club like Ole did. No offense to him, but it was pretty clear Frank Lampard himself, they all knew that the decision had to be made, and it's just turned out to be so perfect for Chelsea. And I think Man United fans would have expected the same, and hopefully the club do the right thing, that is, do sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, would prefer if the Glazers move out before that, but it doesn't look like it's happening, because let me just tell you guys, even if it looks like the Glazers are going to go out, they're going to pull an absolute stunner, guys, and somehow manage to get something back on their hands, like maybe sign Erling Haaland or sack Ole and maybe get Zidane in just to prove the fans right. So, guys, another tweet here. Enough is enough. Glazers out protest today at Old Trafford, but don't forget to go to the club shop and line their pockets first. I mean, this is absolute comedy if you guys can understand this. So, if any of you guys can't see the picture, so basically, this guy has come for a protest. Nothing against the guy. I mean, maybe he just want to have a good time and stuff like that. But he's basically bought Manchester United merchandise and come for a Manchester United protest, which is all owned by the Glazers. So, hypocritical, some might say, but I mean, I think it's an honest mistake. So, guys, this looks like it's from today, I would say, but it's still really not a lot of people, just 30 to 40 people roughly, guys. Nothing much than you'd expect from a Manchester United fan base that's basically overall more than the world, more than 5 million people. And in the UK itself, I'd say more than a million people. So, pretty frustrating, you would say, but on some other hands, guys, maybe it wasn't exactly the right time, some would say. I mean, this tweet is perfectly, it's a really perfect tweet according to me too. I'm guessing there's no protests happening in Old Trafford today. No surprise, the fan base is divided. I mean, I completely agree with this. The second part, the fan base is divided absolutely, because I'd say mainly because of a couple of reasons, guys. Because some people still want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the job. Nothing against that. Obviously it's your opinion, but mainly because he's a legend, and that's kind of stupid, I would say, in a way, because many people think that obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reputation will be ruined if he gets sacked from Manchester United, a club that basically he won the Champions League for. So, I mean, many people still think David De Gea isn't up to his best. People still doubt Luke Shaw. I mean, if you doubt him this season, it's obvious because he's not been that good. But Aravan Saga, as you know, major fan base divider at the moment. So the fan base at the moment, absolutely, it's really toxic. And the ole in, ole out, I mean, it's better for the best if it gets resolved faster. So guys, just give me a few more minutes. I'll see if you have any other news, and if we don't, then I'll just make sure to end the stream, guys, because we're roughly 20 minutes in, and I think we've mainly covered everything I wanted to. So give me a few minutes to confirm if there's anything more, guys. Till then, guys, just to sum up things. So basically, there was supposed to be a protest at Old Trafford at 3 p.m. UK time. According to many rumors, I would say not a lot of people showed up, and it's a flop. Contradicting videos, but let me just confirm any other news. So, guys, just to sum up things pretty fast, another tweet saying, haha, the failed protest at Old Trafford says everything about our fan base, guys. I absolutely agree with the tweet, and I think it's going to be that for this video, guys. I think I've covered everything I could possibly cover in this 20 minutes. So, that's all the information I could find for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And if you did enjoy the video, then please be sure to drop a like, it really helps the channel, and subscribe for more such content. And I think it's gonna be the end for today's video, guys. So we've just summed up everything we could possibly have. Let me just write what's happened so far in the chat in case people who joined the stream late and are watching this video want to get in a summary. So guys, as we know, a Glazers protest was supposed to be held today, but unfortunately has failed due to a sort of confusion, I would say, and mainly I would say division among the fan base. So guys, it seems like fans are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I feel like so. I think it's going to be that's it for today's video, guys. Because I don't think we're going to get any other news on how this protest will turn up or has turned up if it's over. So I guess it's going to be this for this video, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, once again, and for those who are joining late, you can just watch the video back. I've covered a few important points. I would not like to repeat it once again. So that's today's video, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, subscribe. Thank you so much for those who have joined the stream. Come in, come out, heard the news, and thank you so much for all who are involved in the chat too. So hopefully, I'd say the Oligonosortia situation gets resolved soon, and it's going to really solve a lot of problems for the fan base. So that's today's video, guys, and I guess I'll see you later.